last 15 years or so. But everyone wants to blame the corporations when they're pointing the finger at the wrong people. If you want to point the finger at somebody, point the finger at labor unions. They are the problem with America. They are greedy. They have employees sending them labor dues and union dues, and they're not getting anything out in return for it. So, for one thing, it's a sham. Another thing, they're too greedy. You're asking for too high of wages. Your wages are too high. Your demands are too much. You want health care, you want dental care. I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. This is just a job. Now, if you wanted to keep your job, you probably shouldn't have joined that labor union. I mean, they're really pitting American corporations and yourself against each other. They're the problem. If we just remove that, we would have never had this problem to begin with. Another thing about labor unions is that they're breaking the foundation of America. They are abusing the system. Not only are they stealing from American corporations, but the union members are stealing from the American corporations also. They make it impossible for them to get fired, even if they fight, steal, even in some cases I've heard they've murdered people and they've been able to get their jobs back. I mean, I don't think anyone can agree with murder here. I think that's terrible. I'm sure the people that are watching this film would agree with me that if someone murders someone, they should not get their job back.
People are concerned about trade deals and the impact that it might have domestically. But if you think about it, manufacturing's not going anywhere. That's just a stretch. But what will happen is we can work with other countries like Indonesia, like Bangladesh, like China, and working with them, the price of making goods goes down, and therefore the price of the goods go down, and everyone wins.
So one thing the critics here overlook is that this is a two-way deal. It takes two to tango, all right? So these countries are basically begging us to come over there and help out their citizens and give them jobs and give their economy the boost that it never had. So what are we supposed to do? Turn down beggars? I mean, come on. How can we turn down beggars? This is America. We help the needy. We don't turn our back against them. The critique that the workers overseas are being exploited and that they want to call it slave labor, I object to that. I think that's completely preposterous. For one thing, they're being compensated. I mean, last time I checked, slaves aren't compensated for labor, so you can't use that. What these critics of corporations fail to realize is how beneficial globalization will be right here in the United States. We will be exposed to products that we have never seen before, and these products will be exponentially less than what we're accustomed to paying. This, of course, is the result of globalization and the quote-unquote exploitation of labor that these people are so up in arms about. Another specific critique is the profits that these corporations are making overseas on the back of labor, or foreign labor, that is. But what people fail to realize is these are American corporations. They're bringing this money back to this country. Who makes jobs? Who creates jobs? The people with the money. These people are job creators. Not just abroad, but right here on American soil. If you want the economy to change around, if you want people to have more jobs, you should be praising these corporations going overseas and making this profit. These profits are allowing these corporations to come back home and create more jobs. American jobs. Good paying American jobs. So if you're critical of them, you obviously don't want Americans to have jobs. Walmart. They are the gold standard. This is the type of company that every American company should try to be. They provide cheap goods for all Americans, and not only that, they're the country's largest employer. So they're not only providing the American people with cheap products, cheap quality products, they're also providing American people with jobs. And that is the most important thing going forward.
Corporations like Walmart are providing a great service to the American people. If someone's down on their luck, they always know they can have a temporary job at Walmart. And what Walmart will do for them is they will give them a nice job with a nice pay. They'll teach them entrepreneurial skills. And 6 months to a year, they'll be on their own. Who knows? They could be CEO of their own company. Critics of globalization state that corporations are polluting our air. They're killing our oceans. That's just crazy. What are they going to say next? That the ice caps are melting?
So another critique people have is the amount of advertising we've had lately. But in reality, the amount of advertising we've had has been fantastic. We've had exposure to products that we've never even known that we've had. This gives people more opportunity. This gives people more choice. This gives people more space. And there's another critique. Lifestyle branding. What's the big deal with that? I mean, these companies and corporations know who people are better than we know ourselves. How can we trust ourselves? Do you really trust yourself? I don't trust myself. I trust the corporations to make the decisions for me because they know what's best.
Great thing about lifestyle branding is that it helps you find your identity. It helps you find yourself. Corporations have spent millions of dollars learning about the American public, and at this point, they know you better than yourself, so why would you go against them? There's some critics that are saying that lifestyle brands, it's not the way to go. But when you think about it, going against lifestyle brands is like going against your own identity. I think they're the ones that are having an identity crisis, to be honest. We need to embrace globalization. It is the future, it is here, and it's here to stay. And not only do Americans benefit from it, but the whole world benefits from it. And that's something we should all be proud of.
Funding for this program may or may not have been provided by Walmart, neglecting workers' rights since 1962. Always low prices, always low wages. Koch Industries, corrupting governments, deregulating environmental laws, while profiting billions. ALEC, dividing and conquering unions for a better America. Nike, yeah, we still use sweatshops. And Monsanto, genetically modifying your food while bankrupting small farmers since 1901.
That was good, right? Right? I'm still getting paid, right? Okay, good.